Hi, I'm Masoud Zekiria, the founder of LegalKite, and this video is meant to give you an overview of the main features of the application. Here I am on the home feed of LegalKite, which is a legal knowledge sharing platform. And as you scroll the feed, you can see the latest public annotations or notes or legal content sharing of the community. And on each annotation card, you can see the visibility label. So for example, this annotation is a public one, which is visible to anyone. This one is a private one, but since I am the author, I can see it here. And this one is from a group, which I'm a member of. And yeah, so without further ado, let's look at how annotations are created. So one way is to navigate to the law page. You want to link your annotation to. So for example, we can go to the Code of the Swiss Obligations. Here it is. So I can find it by its abbreviation, or I can type the full law title. And then I can insert the article number I want to annotate. So let's take one random article, so 21, for example. And I can directly navigate to its paragraph 2. So here we go. And let's say I want to give some insights about the notion of the 1 year period that is outlined here. So as I highlight the portion of text I want to annotate or elaborate on, I can see this annotation button, and by clicking on it, it opens the annotation form. Here, as you can see, it detects the article reference and the paragraph, and you have the highlighted text here. You can define the visibility label of this annotation, so I can decide whether I keep it private for myself. I want to post it publicly, and in that case it's visible to all the LegalKite community, and it's even indexed by the search engines. And finally, I can also post it within a group I'm a member of or an admin of. So by clicking this one, I can see the list of groups I am allowed to post into. So let's pick this one. Okay. I can also pick a law category, and since this is the CO, we can assume it's civil law or civil liability, rather civil law in that case. And this will help us retrieve the annotation if you apply filters. And here you can create an annotation. So I have just a lorem ipsum dummy text. Here I can also associate tags to retrieve my annotation later. So I will call it very creative, lorem ipsum. Okay, and this you can add as many tags as you want to describe your annotation. You can also attach files, be it Office or PDF documents, and I can then post it. All right, so now I can see it. It appears as the first annotation on the home feed. You see the group in which I posted this annotation, and yeah, so the people in my group can see it as well. Another way of creating annotation is to go through this quick annotation form. Here, as you can see, we skipped the step of going to the law page and the exact article. This is more of a free annotation form. So here as well, I can post my lorem ipsum, but I can also link this to different articles. So by pressing the @ sign, it's going to trigger this dialog box, and it's again the same workflow as I just showed you. So you can enter the law abbreviation. So let's pick this one, for example. Okay, and I want to link this annotation to the article 50. Okay, and that's it. I've created a link, and the benefit of this is that I'm gonna see this annotation once it's posted next to each article that I will reference in this annotation. So let's add another one. Let's pick LTF, for example, and let's say article 10, that's in Italian. Then we have a bit of language diversity as well. Okay, so we have two different references here, and what it does is that it posts it shows the annotation in the margin of those articles. And the idea here is to create a kind of web of knowledge in which all annotations are nodes, and you can retrieve them by pulling different threads. So it can be the article 50 or the article 10 that I just mentioned. You can use keywords if you obviously the content of your annotation is indexed, and also the tags is separately indexed. So this helps you also retrieve them by keyword search. Okay, now let me show you how you can create groups in order to share your knowledge within a circle of people which you want to invite. And this suits very well law firms, corporate legal departments, or academics. So to create a group, you can navigate to this tab and simply click New Group. You can add photos, description, and this is the interesting part. So you can assign policies to your group. For example, you can decide whether your group is publicly visible or remains private. That means it's not going to be shown on the platform. It's only going to be a group where you can join by invitation. You can as well decide who retains the contributions that are posted in the group. You can either define that as the user retains the annotation. That means if a user leaves the group, then that person takes the annotations or every contribution along with him or herself when that person leaves. If you say that the group retains the content, that means regardless of the quitting a group or deleting a profile, the annotation will remain in the group. So the different use cases here are rather, I would say, a group retains suits well to law firms where you want to keep the knowledge in-house regardless of employees joining or quitting the organization. And this one suits better work groups or workshops where people team up to share knowledge for a limited time frame, and then once the project is complete, then everyone takes their contribution back. You can also define whether annotations are posted directly or if it requires a validation from an admin. And again, this is interesting in law firms where, for example, a junior associate will post content, and it's a good practice to have it reviewed by a senior associate or partner. Finally, you have also the same mechanism to join the group. So you can either make your group freely accessible, so anyone who presses the join button will be a member of it, or you want an admin to review any joining application. And then once you've created a group, it looks like this, for example. So you have the list of members. You can see the contributions. So there's not much going on in this group. There's only one annotation. You can also apply filters to the content. So you can filter them by law category, by annotated law, The hashtags are the keywords you associated with your annotation. And you can finally sort by group member. So we've seen how to create annotation and how to create groups. And I think the last main feature is the search feature. So here we have a search model that searches across 3 different databases. For example, if I type an abbreviation, for example here, CP, it's going to return law titles that matches that abbreviation. But if I start entering keywords, let's say dommage ménager, which is a legal notion in French for domestic damage or domestic loss. Here you can see we have content from the body of laws, and here you have the abbreviation of the laws, which have those keywords in them. Or you also have the annotations. So here you can see an annotation about this topic. Oh, okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time and attention.